I go on my Twitter and I see people saying, you look like you have AIDS, you should go die. I don't understand how I dedicated 22 years of my life to my fans, and now they turn on me.
Where pop star Aaron Carter has died at the age of 34.
Yeah, the troubled performer grew up in the limelight, but he was in and out of rehab several times in his short life.
What's up, man? You good?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Young brother, everything's good?
Everything's
Selling
great.
out arenas and everything? Starting to act different, huh? You ain't been calling me and hanging out the way we used to hang out.
Well, I mean, you try to get in contact with me, through all my, partners and whatnot.
Y'all, what if I told you Aaron Carter's tragic death might not be what it seems? 50 Cent just dropped a bombshell suggesting Aaron's final days may have deeper ties to none other than Diddy. Y'all, Aaron spent his life entertaining millions, but behind the scenes, he was crying out for help, trapped, abandoned, and surrounded by people who wanted him gone. The system failed him in ways that are both heartbreaking and horrific. Now, with 50 reviving this chilling story, the truth is coming to light. There is so much to unpack here, so without any further ado, let's get into it.
Good?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Young brother, everything's good?
Everything's
Selling
great.
out arenas and everything? Starting to act different, huh? You ain't been calling me and hanging out the way we used to hang out.
Well, I mean, you try to get in contact with me, through all my, partners and whatnot.
But before we dive into Aaron's jaw-dropping run-ins with Diddy and the heartbreaking events that led to his tragic end, let's rewind like way back. Trust me, the forces that play in Aaron's life will leave you shook, from industry pressures to shocking betrayals, even from his own mother. This backstory will explain so much about why Aaron's life took the devastating turn that it did. Buckle up, because this is a roller coaster. You won't believe you see. Aaron Carter's rise to fame was like a fairy tale, but one that carried hidden darkness beneath its sparkle. As a child star, Aaron captured hearts worldwide with his infectious energy, catchy tunes, and boy next door charm. He became a household name with hits like I Want Candy and sold millions of albums by the age of 13. But what looked like a dream on the surface was the beginning of a complicated, turbulent life shaped by fame and exploitation.
This next song, I would like to dedicate to every single fan out there. Everybody on the TV, this one's for you.
By the time Aaron turned 15, cracks were already showing in interviews and on shows like MTV Cribs. Glimpses of a lonely, overworked teenager were visible. While fans cheered for his success behind the scenes, Aaron revealed years later the pressure to perform and make money for others often came at the expense of his own well-being. For Aaron, the glitz and glamour of Hollywood masked an industry that X'd its youngest stars for profit, leaving them vulnerable to control and abuse.
You said you take opiates for surgeries that you've had in the past. Do you ever worry that you could ever overdose?
I mean, there's always that worry, but there's also the fact that I had to kiss my sister goodbye in the coffin.
In his later years, Aaron spoke out about feeling trapped by the entertainment machine. He alleged that major record labels owed him millions money. He claimed he never saw it, despite working tirelessly throughout his teenage years. He also named other artists, such as Michael Jackson and Brad Paisley, who he believed faced similar struggles, painting a damning picture of a system built to control rather than nurture talent.
I go on my Twitter and I see people saying, you look like you have AIDS, you should go die. I don't understand how I dedicated 22 years of my life to my fans, and now they...
In the years leading up to his death, Aaron began sharing cryptic warnings that he was caught up in something way darker than just the usual struggles of fame. He said it felt like unseen forces were behind his struggles, hinting at powerful people in the entertainment industry pulling the strings. Aaron's claims weren't just whispers. They were bold accusations. He stated that the music industry deliberately targeted young and vulnerable artists, ensuring that they got trapped in the very system that X'd them. He mentioned feeling isolated, manipulated, and ultimately betrayed by those he trusted. In one chilling interview, he remarked, "I feel like I'm being set up. They want me to fall." His social media posts grew increasingly erratic and alarming in tone. He talked about being followed, monitored, and fearing for his life. At some point, Aaron even reached out to Kanye West. And if you've been a fan, you already know, Kanye is yet another celebrity known for speaking out against industry bigwigs. Aaron was probably hoping to collaborate with Kanye and perhaps expose what he believed were Hollywood's darkest secrets. But maybe was a little too late. On November 5, 2022, news broke that Aaron had been found unresponsive in his bathtub. The initial shock of his death quickly gave way to questions and theories as fans and observers began connecting the dots. The timing just one day after a high-profile celebrity birthday party struck some as suspicious for many. This wasn't just a case of addiction or mental health struggles. It felt like the heartbreaking result of years of being used and staying silent. Details of Aaron's final hours added to the intrigue. Reports indicated that he had missed a therapy appointment the night before, and videos of him shortly before his passing showed him visibly distressed. He had been vocal about feeling unsafe in his own home, claiming that he didn't trust the people closest to him. In one particularly chilling post, he hinted at being trapped in a situation beyond his control, saying, "If something happens to me, just know I was trying to get out." But here's where things begin to sound wicked. When Aaron's housekeeper discovered his body, her actions raised more questions than answers. It turns out even the neighbors who rushed to help after hearing the emergency call reported being turned away at the door. According to the witnesses, the housekeeper locked the door behind her, leaving Aaron's fate uncertain until police arrived. These puzzling behaviors sparked suspicion among fans who wondered if she had been instructed to keep people out. And if that was the case, who instructed her? Adding to the mystery, the housekeeper report reportedly delayed first responders' entry into the home, which just deepened the suspicions. A lot of people believe that it was an attempt to cover something up, and they just couldn't help but remember Aaron saying he had been surrounded by people who had ulterior motives, possibly working against his best interests. Not only that, Aaron's personal life was as chaotic as his professional one, marked by extremely rocky relationships and betrayal. We have to talk about how his engagement to Melanie Martin, for instance, which was stinking with allegations of manipulation and conspiracies. Aaron accused Melanie of working with his family to place him under a conservatorship, literally the same thing that they did to Britney Spears, which in the end became one hell of a messy, high-profile legal battle. Aaron claimed this was an effort to control him and his finances, and he just wasn't the same after experiencing that level of betrayal. In one raw video, Aaron described incidents of bodily harm, saying they left him physically scarred and emotionally drained. At some point, Aaron had no choice but to file for a restraining order against Melanie and sought custody of their son, hoping to find peace away from the chaos. But if you thought Melanie was hostile, wait until you hear what she did in just a few hours following Aaron's death. Believe it or not, Melanie arrived at Aaron's home with moving trucks and packed up almost all of his stuff like someone just died, and your first reaction is to get movers to pack up trucks full of his stuff. 'Cause remember, they weren't staying together, guys. This just fueled suspicion. Fans questioned her motives, with some suggesting she might have been part of the darker forces Aaron had long warned about. Word on the street is that she was in fact Aaron's handler. And on top of all these theories surrounding Aaron's death didn't end with his personal relationships. Resurfaced photos of Aaron with influential industry figures, including Diddy, sparked speculation about whether he had been misused as a young star. 'Cause what else does Hollywood do best? These images, combined with Aaron's own accounts of manipulation, painted a chilling picture of a Hollywood system that on vulnerable talent. Aaron's connection to Kanye West added layers to the mystery. Shortly before his death, Aaron reportedly reached out to Kanye, who had been making headlines for his own accusations against the same people being mentioned in Aaron's downfall. Aaron even tweeted Kanye directly. Kanye is on record claiming that these figures operated as part of a powerful, secretive network capable of silencing those who don't listen to them. And with Hollywood walls currently stumbling following Diddy's arrest, fans can't help but wonder if Aaron had stumbled onto similar truths, and if speaking out had made him a target. And now none other than 50 Cent is bringing this up, literally tying Diddy to Aaron's case. Oh, trust that if there is someone unhinged, unshaken, and will always say it as it is, 50 is your guy.
I have something huge coming up, which is a documentary about P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, P. Diddy.
Yeah, yeah.
Did he do it, right?
Yeah.
I know
He did
you've been heavy on social media talking about it.
He did it. And I'm the only one who's been vocal about this long before it actually.
Oh, you've been saying this for a long time now. And then no one was, they're just, why is he saying this? And now it's coming out.
You want to sit there and wait for the light to come. The only way out is to step forward, to face your fears, to become your own light.
Now enters Diddy. In recent months, Shaw Diddy Combs has faced intense backlash over some deeply unsettling accusations, from federal racketeering charges to claims of co-of exploitation. His name has been making waves in the headlines. And here is where things take a twist. Aaron Carter's death happened right as Diddy's controversies were coming to light. And if you think that this ain't no coincidence, you are not alone. Many fans share similar thoughts, especially since Aaron had a track record of calling out exploitation in the entertainment world.
I go on my Twitter and I see people saying, you look like you have AIDS, you should go die. I don't understand how I dedicated 22 years of my life to my fans, and now they turn on me.
There's buzz going around that Aaron was gearing up to spill some dark secrets about Diddy, particularly about his notorious freak-off parties. If you've heard the whispers, you know that these parties are infamous in the industry. And not for good reason. Aon might have uncovered something, and if he did, it could have put him in danger. To make things even more intriguing, Aaron crossed paths with Diddy early in his career as a young artist, though their interactions weren't heavily documented. Some speculate that Aaron might have seen or heard about questionable actions during his time in the industry. There is even talk that Aaron, in his search for answers, may have connected the dots about what truly happened to Justin Bieber and Usher during their early years under Diddy's guidance.
You think maybe when you get a little older, you mellow out a little bit, be a little more like him? Or
No, I don't think so. I think I'm just going to get worse.
That's good. That's good. I think everybody will enjoy that.
Rumors about Diddy's control over young artists have been going around for a while. But Suge Knight's shocking claims have brought them back into the spotlight. Knight said that both Usher and Justin Bieber faced inappropriate and X treatment while working with Diddy. He even claimed Usher's early career involved disturbing situations like sharing a bed with Diddy. Kane also accused Usher's family of turning a blind eye to protect his career, afraid that speaking out would ruin his chances of success.
I mean, back in the days when he was like 10 and I was a little bit older, his older brother, we used to fight over the Frosted Flakes. You know what I'm saying? Before pause was invented. You know what I'm saying? But it's my brother for real. We used to actually wrestle off of the Frosted Flakes because he used to always get up early. Now he's one of the...
These claims, even though unproven, suggest something troubling about Diddy's way of mentoring. If Aaron had found out anything about these incidents or similar ones, it's easy to see why he might have felt threatened. His strange posts, increasing fear, and unexpected death have people questioning if he knew too much, and if his death was a way to keep him quiet about the powerful people he was calling out.
I'm sick of this. Sick of these people. I'm sick of these haters and jealous people in real life too, and when all I did was protect that girl.
50 Cent's recent remarks about Aaron Carter's death have intensified the conversation. He is suggesting that Diddy might have been involved in silencing Aaron, or at the very least knew more than he was letting on, given 50's track record of calling out questionable industry practices. Fans are taking notice. In interviews, 50 has criticized Diddy's notorious parties, describing them as tools for control. He claims these events weren't just about fun, but were designed to maintain power, ensure loyalty, and keep secrets hidden. This raises the question, did Aaron discover something at one of these parties that put him in danger?
Was there a reason you never went to those parties back in the day?
I'm just not with all that freaky shit. Like all of the stuff that he's doing, I'm not into that type of stuff. I'm just a little more, maybe you could say basic or normal.
At this point, we all cannot wait for 50's Netflix documentary that allegedly exposes everything about Diddy's dark side. This will be one for the books, y'all. It is not just Aon's story that has people side-eyeing Diddy over the years. His name has been tied to other shady situations, including the mysterious deaths of Tupac Shakur and the notorious Big Nothing has ever been proven. But the rumors haven't stopped painting Diddy as the man with major power and a lot of secrets. The theories about Tupac's death have always been wild, with some believing Tupac might have tried to warn us about Diddy before his tragic end. Tupac was outspoken about betrayal in the music industry, as especially his beef with Diddy's Bad Boy records in the years before his death. Tupac made comments that something hinted at Diddy's role in the East Coast-West Coast drama that rocked hip-hop. Looking back, fans wonder if Tupac saw Diddy as someone whose hunger for power came at the cost of doing what's right.
So do you think Puffy was involved in the shooting?
Only they can answer that question. I have my own opinion, but I wouldn't slander their name like they did mine. I wouldn't say things that I knew, you know what I mean? I believe so. I do believe so. I have proof, things that I could say that will back up my claim, but this is not for the world to know about. You know what I mean? It's between me and
The night before Aaron was found, he was reportedly talking to several people. But here's the strange part. His phone was found far from his body. A small but super suspicious detail that has fans questioning everything. Aaron's friends have said time and time again that he never went anywhere. Without his phone, whether he's texting, posting, or scrolling, it was always by his side. So why was it in a totally different spot during his final moments? Something about this just doesn't add up.
I wanted to try to wean myself off of this, you know, and I have to say, I mean...
Some believe Aaron knew was coming and deliberately left his phone further away, hoping to protect it from being wiped clean. He might have thought his phone held the receipts, the proof of what really happened in the days or weeks before his death. Could this have been his way of preserving the truth, even if he couldn't save himself? Others think that foul play could be involved if someone else was there during Aaron's final moments. Did they move his phone on purpose to cover their tracks? A phone isn't just for calls, it's like a digital diary. It keeps call logs, text location history, and maybe even evidence that could reveal the truth. If Aaron had been documenting his fears or gathering dirt on powerful people in the industry, his phone might have been the key to blowing it all wide open.
Family knows. Before I did the show, the doctors, they knew that I was taking Xanax and stuff like that, and that I was going to actually psychiatrists to do that. I know that there is no happy ending to any of those medications.
As details emerge, fans are questioning if Aaron Carter's death was truly accidental or something darker, possibly involving figures like Diddy. Federal investigators are reportedly looking into the case, keeping the internet buzzing whether 50 Cent's claims hold weight or are just part of his feud with Diddy. One thing is clear: the entertainment industry's dark secrets are being exposed. What do you think? Was Aaron silenced for what he knew? Share your thoughts. And if you think Diddy is bad, wait until you hear about his mother's shocking role in shaping who he became. Artists have even called her an absolute monster. That story is already up. So if you missed it, click here. You will not believe what she did to Diddy during his childhood.